Everyone here today. I am so pleased to be able to meet with each one to celebrate this milestone for this community in the state of Pennsylvania. This bill has allowed us to move forward with prosecuting a really sad case that we had where there was over 143 charges that were put forward. And both of these dogs that you see here today are two of the 12 that we had removed out of that home. They've been here with us at the Chester County SPCA during this time period, and our volunteers and staff have been providing them great care and medical treatment and rehabilitating them with their behavior. We are the only open admission shelter in the state of Pennsylvania that has been able to achieve no-kill status, and we couldn't do that without the community support. So I want to say thank you to everyone for that. And now I would like to go ahead and introduce Representative Stevens.
Great. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. My name's Todd Stevens. I'm a state representative from Montgomery County, and I'm thrilled and honored to have been asked to come down here to Chester County to help recognize the outstanding work and achievement of our law enforcement community down here in helping our furry friends reach a new life. The bill that I introduced really became a law by virtue of a team effort. Actually, if Senator Dinniman and Representative Truitt could come on up with me, because this truly, these laws don't come to be just through one person's efforts. Frankly, the Humane Society of the United States was just terrific. They're the ones who alerted me to the fact that 41 states protected animals with animal fighting laws, but only 15 states had laws dealing with animal fighting paraphernalia. And so, that spawned my interest in moving the bill forward, and I know Representative Truitt was a terrific help in the House, and Senator Dinniman over in the Senate, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we didn't have a negative vote across the board through committee or the House or Senate. So this was truly a bipartisan effort, collectively with both chambers working together, again working with the Humane Society of the United States to bring this bill to fruition. But truthfully, the reason we're all here is because words on a paper can't do a whole lot, right? Words on a paper can't interview a suspect. They can't put on a vest and kick in a door to execute a search warrant. Words on a paper certainly can't pull dogs out of a fighting ring and bring them to a new life. And so it takes people to turn those words into action. And I'm just thrilled and honored to be here today to recognize those who took the words on the paper and turned them into action and went ahead and saved these dogs and again, helped them turn the page and start a new chapter and a new life rather than one destined for, I'm sure, what would have been a hellacious life in the fighting ring. So thanks to everyone for having me here today. Thanks to Kristen, the Humane Society. Thanks to Dan and Andy for your support in getting this bill across the finish line. But most of all, thanks to the law enforcement personnel who went ahead and took the words on the paper, turned them into action, and created a new life for these terrific dogs. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And it is great to have the crowd cheering in the background as well, so it makes me feel a lot more comfortable up here. Act 24 of 2015 was introduced by Representative Stevens, and as he said, did unanimously pass the House. The Senate was then signed into law by Governor Wolf, and then the first time after going into effect, September of 2015, was used right here in Chester County. That is just amazing. Can we get a round of applause for enforcement agencies? So this, and I do want to also say that these legislators back here have excellent voting records with animal protection, and on behalf of animal advocates alike, thank you so much for all you do. Today, this law provides a much needed tool for law enforcement to identify and recognize animal fighting, and this really helped to close the loophole. And the way that this worked here with the enforcement agencies really is the example of the way this should be to bring justice to these cases. Look at this pup, is amazing. And then Kelsey, he is so cute. So the National Sheriff's Association is certainly changing the landscape for animals as well, and they're really bringing greater awareness to animal cruelty crimes and also providing information on animal cruelty law in local communities. We are so proud to present the Humane Law Enforcement Awards to the officers who took an exemplary stand for animal cruelty. So without further ado, congratulations to the recipients on behalf of the National Sheriff's Association and the Humane Society of the United States. We will bring you up now.
All right. Here's the first person we'd like to recognize, Kelsey Beam, the Humane Society police officer, SPCA. She probably doesn't want the one.
Oh yeah, you know, I was like,
They don't go by cabin secret.
it's a good thing we have this.
All right, congratulations to you. Next up, Frank Galbraith, Manager, Animal Protection Services, Humane Society Police Officer. Next up, Kevin McMonigal, Parole Agent, Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize. Look, now I apologize.
Oh, I like this.
I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I'll bet in your line of work, that's for sure. Hey, congratulations to you. Thank you so much. All right. And finally, Kevin Pierce. We tried to give your award away here twice already. So great to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. All right. Terrific. Congrats again. Thank you. All right, Senator Tinneman.
Well, Representative True and I do this together. First, good morning, everyone, and we thank Representative Stevens for coming up with the bill, getting it through the legislature. And I was thinking, as he was talking, to have a bill passed unanimously by both houses, bipartisan, if we can only do it with the budget. We would all be in good shape. But you know, here in Chester County, there's no question that we're pro-dog, pro-cat, pro-horse, and just pro-animal in general. So I'm not surprised, actually, that we would see the active enforcement of the law occur here first. We thank the SPCA for its good work on behalf of the animals of this county as well. And Dan and I are going to give out some citations. I have one from the Senate, Dan from the House. But first, Dan, I want to make sure you have a chance to say something.
Thank you. There's usually not too much to add after my friend the Senator talks, but I typically what I like to do is thank whoever's receiving an award for their service to the constituents that I represent. In this case, I'm going to thank you for your service to the animals of the constituents that I represent. I can tell you from talking to thousands and thousands of people who live in the 156th district, they love their animals and they are very appreciative of what you do to protect their animals, not just their own personal ones, but all the ones that are in this area. So thank you for helping to implement Todd's Law in a great way and setting a good example for the rest of the state.
Well, we're going to ask you to come up, but we want you to know that this is just the beginning of a number of laws that have passed through the legislature and that will continue to pass through once we get over some of the time with this budget that goes on forever. It's sort of like one of those. You know those plays like Endgame, the absurd theater of the 1920s, and we have the absurd theater of the 2000s. But the Humane Society, SPCA, and other groups have done such a wonderful job, and you're going to see, there's two bills, Todd and my friend Dan here, that came out of the Senate. One that we hope you'll get through the House. We're waiting for Mr. Marsico to finally get it all his roots together. Well, there's two. One that deals with tethering, and the second one that deals with actually situations of abuse. There is no question from studies done in the United States and the United Kingdom that people who have an abuse order against them will, in about a 25% of the time, and it's even higher in many studies, will, when they can't get at the spouse, will kill or maim the dog or the cat. And I put in a bill to increase the penalties on that. My buddy Senator Alloway put in the one on tethering, and we actually have a whole program of about, I guess, 8 or 9 bills that we hope to get over to the House. And I know under Representative Stevens, Representative Truitt's leadership, they're also going to hopefully be sending us, and I know they will, more bills from the House to the Senate. You keep track of all of it and
I'm
keep us all.
happy to do that. It's a tough job.
Let's have people coming up, and first, hey, we're having you come up a second, and that's not too bad. When you get awards, that's all right. Kelsey Beam. Kelsey, where? This way you get 2 applause. And this is from the Senate. Thank you. I guess you get your picture again. Look at this. Former Senator is there with his camera.
Oh, yes, just keep moving. I just captured my
Congratulations.
Thanks, Kelsey. Senator Alphelbach, you basically a lobbyist, I believe, for all these fine
I
groups.
help out the Humane Society and everyone who loves compassionate treatment of animals.
That's right. 3 terms in the Senate from Lehigh County. Okay, this, we have to get there. Frank Galbraith. Frank. Congratulations. You're welcome. And then, excuse me, Donald McGonigal. Come on up again. Oh, good to see you. And last but certainly not least is Kevin Pierce. Congratulations, Kevin. You know a very famous police officer in this county was Kevin Pierce.
Yes, I do.
Can you sing like Kevin?
No, I can't. I'm not going to try either.
We'll bring everybody up, whatever, too.
And we should actually honor the dogs, but
Yes.
so why don't they come on up? We don't have a petition, but we want to recognize them. There's another little one here somewhere. Kelsey has it.
He is a love bug.
Where's the?
And who was going to use you for fighting? Come on.
I know.
See his face.
Right.
Oh,
Here's the center with
See
me.
his face. Can you sit
oh,
there?
no world.
Can you sit? He's a hugger.
It's all right. If you don't have one of those, I have a dog that's unwanted New York City pets. Enough.
Oh, Kelsey, you gotta hold that.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah. I can't, yeah, let's.
Yeah, that's Rudolph. That's Rudolph. All right.
Should we bring everybody? Oh, yeah, everybody is up.
Adam, and you need to, if you're going to do a picture, you have to come in here. They can't get around the corner with lenses. Around here. This way you can all, come on. You're the heroes. We're just.
Oh, there we go. He burrows.
And the dogs don't. See, dogs, you have paparazzi now. Yes.
Oh,
Well, back. Good.
good. Yeah.